Recently, on the night of June 22nd, Tu-22m3 planes took off from this airfield and launched Kh-22 cruise missiles at the Dnipropetrovsk region. The Russian Air Force attacked Ukraine at night with Kinzhal missiles, X-22 and Shahed drones. The Air Force Earlier, the satellite recorded Tu-22m3 strategic aircraft at this airfield on May 24, 2023. 6 bombers can be counted in the picture. Even on April 28, as evidenced by satellite photos, there were no strategic aircraft at this airfield. On the eve of the missile attack on the Dnipropetrovsk region on June 22, 7 Tu-22m3 strategic aircraft were located at the airfield near Mozdok. Cargo planes that can transport missiles can also be seen in the picture. The Tu-22m3 is a supersonic, long-range strategic bomber aircraft developed by the Soviet Union during the Cold War era. The first Tu-22m3 prototype flew for the first time in 1977. The Tu-22m3 entered service in 1989 in its final configuration. The Tu-22m3 can carry a variety of weaponry, such as cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles, and bombs, and has a range of nearly 6,800 kilometers, 4,200 miles. It can have speeds of up to Mach 1.88, 2,200 km per hour or 1,370 miles per hour, at high altitudes, and has a ceiling of 13,000 meters, 42,650 feet. The different variants of this aircraft have been used in combat in several conflicts, including the Soviet-Afghan War, the Chechen Wars, and the Syrian Civil War. It is also capable of conducting reconnaissance and intelligence gathering missions. On April 14, 2022, the Tu-22m3 medium bombers were employed in the Ukraine war for the first time, using only dumb bombs. On that day, the Russian Ministry of Defense announced that the bombers were employed to attack the Azovstal plant in the besieged city of Mariupol. The Tu-22m3s utilize powerful Kh-22m, Kh-22n, or the more advanced Kh-32 supersonic anti-ship missiles to strike targets deep inside Ukraine. In June 2022, Russia deployed its Tu-22m3 bombers to carry out airstrikes from the airspace of Belarus for the first time. At the time, Ukrainian intelligence alleged that 6 Tu-22m3 bombers were utilized to attack Kyiv, Chernihiv, and Sumy regions by launching 12 X-22 cruise missiles. In the ongoing Ukraine war, the Long-Range Aviation Division of Russia has deployed this bomber to predominantly target critical infrastructure in Ukraine. This includes facilities for manufacturing and repairing military equipment, critical fuel supplies, airfields, and railroad infrastructure. Russia's intention behind these strikes is to disrupt the flow of military hardware from Western nations to Ukraine and hinder the routes used by Ukrainian forces operating in the eastern regions to transport their supplies and equipment. The Kh-22 Storm was a Soviet anti-ship missile capable of launching a nuclear warhead. This was regarded as a long-range weapon at the time it was introduced. The Kh-22's primary mission was to use its payload to obliterate U.S. aircraft carriers and carrier combat groups. Several Kh-22 variants were created shortly after its debut. Some of the variants were made with surface targets in mind. It could aim at dams, bridges, and other strategic targets. The Kh-22 air-launched missiles with conventional warheads were regularly used against Ukrainian targets in 2022 during the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The liquid-fueled rocket that powers the Delta Wing missile is typically fired from a TU-22m3 flying at a speed of Mach 1.5. After then, the missile accelerates to Mach 3 before descending toward its target. The missile drops sharply and reaches a top speed of almost Mach 4 during its terminal phase. The most frequently deployed variant of the Kh-22 missile is the Kh-22N. Russian Tupolev Tu-22m3 bombers can carry up to 3 of these missiles from standoff distances. Russia has launched a renewed strike in eastern Ukraine, with the Russian President Vladimir Putin asserting that the military operation in Ukraine had gathered speed and that he hoped his army would produce additional victories. Against that backdrop, using Kh-22 missiles could see an uptick in the foreseeable future.